Gotta fix my hair, gotta fix my hair, gotta fix my hair. Cause it looks fucking insane. Hello, my name's Fox, again, I'm Fox, and I just finished watching Welcome to Earth 2. And holy fudge, this episode is awesome. And, okay, so, from last review, if you've ever seen it, or, also, you probably already seen the episode, so yeah, spoilers, but, Barry decides to go to Earth 2 with Harrison Wells and Cisco to try to find Jesse. So, when they go to Earth 2, they're looking around, and Cisco and Barry are, they find the, I forgot what the heck they named him on Earth 1, but the evil firestorm, basically. Well, that's actually going to be a little bit confusing now. That one dude who was supposed to be what Jefferson is, Jefferson is to the Professor, the other half Firestorm now in, like, A Legend of Tomorrow. Basically, they find him, and they freak out, like, ah! But then they're like, okay, and so Barry has the idea of, because he finds that he is a CI, a crime scene investigator, CSI, still on in Earth 2. So what they do is Barry decides to kind of kidnap his other self, knock him out for a bit, and then take his place, just so he can try to find, like, more info about Zoom at the police station. Though it's hilarious how that happens, because he runs, grabs the CSI, which he finds out by watching a news broadcast, grabs the CSI, brings him back to Star Labs. Harrison's always like, what are you doing? Cisco's like, what are you doing? Regular Barry's geeking out because he's meeting Harrison Wells. And then Harrison is just like, gives Earth 1 Barry a taser, and Earth 1 Barry tases Earth 2 Barry. It's like, whoa, are you evil Barry now? He's like, I'm just knocking him out. I'm like, oh, okay. Though, mind you never see that Barry ever again for the rest of the episode. But, so then Earth 1 Barry dresses like Earth 2 Barry, and goes into the station where he finds out that Deadshot on this Earth 2 is a police officer, and he's a terrible shot, which is hilarious that his name is actually Deadshot because he can't hit a dang thing, I guess. The captain is not the captain, he's actually a criminal now. Also, I love Earth 2 because it's like 1950s mixed with the future, which I love, old-fashioned mixed with new-fashioned. Iris is basically in the position that her dad is in Earth 1, which I thought, like, fudge, don't tell me Joe's dead. Oh, but, bring that up in a bit. And then, irony. Then Iris says that they're actually married, not to Joe, Iris and Barry are married, and he learns this by them almost screwing, like, in the police hallway. Where then he goes back to their house, Iris's and Barry's 2's house, which is Joe's house in Earth 1. They go there, and Barry's looking around, like, that's amazing. And then Iris says, well, after saying, like, well, you're acting weird, but, oh, well, and he said that your mom called, and, like, that is probably one of the most heartbreaking scenes. And, like, those are those scenes where it's, like, it's so tragic, but I love it because of how tragic it is. Where he actually goes to this phone, which it's wireless, but it still looks like one of those regular ones. And also, you don't press dial, you just press the name for it, like it's a speed dial, basically. And also, mind you, they had the names Bruce, Diana, Clark. I believe it said Clark, too. And they said Eddie Brock? Was Eddie? No, Eddie Brock's Marvel. I don't know who Eddie is, but they basically saying that the superheroes are still there. Actually, that he's friends with Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, and Wonder Woman. Also, mind you, when they first went through the portal to get to Earth 2, you see flashes of things, like you see, like, the Green Arrow, you see the Flash, and then you see Supergirl. So, it might be in, I think Supergirl actually might be in the Arrowverse. If she's not, they're at least saying that she's in an alternate world, and we might see them together, which would be freaking awesome. But, What was I thinking? Oh, my back itches. But anyways, so Barry's, and then Barry also goes with Iris to, like, this one, like, swinging 50s jazz club where Joe apparently is the singer there, where he's singing and stuff. And also, wait, mind you, first cut back to when Barry's called his mom, which, like, he's on the verge of tears. I was on the verge of tears. I'm like, but it's a really good scene. I really love that. And, like, she's saying, "Oh, thanks for the tickets for Atlantis, to see Atlantis," and, you know, Aquaman then. So, and he's like, "No problem." And he's just like, he's about to cry, and, like, that's so sad. But it's so sad, and, like, that's a tragic kind of sad, I think, where, like, his mom died, but it's where he's happy that he can hear his mother's voice again. And, like, that's just pretty awesome, I think. That was an extremely good scene. That was, like, one of my favorite scenes. Then after that happened, after that, they go to this jazz club, which, mind you, I'm thinking, Barry, you're kind of on a tight schedule, because they have 2 days before. They have 2 days before, because he told Joe on his Earth and everyone to close the portal behind them. Close the portal behind them after 2 days, because that means Zoom's got him. So, and they also closed all the other breaches except for the one breach that's in Star Labs. So that's awesome. So Barry goes to this jazz club and meets the Joe of Earth 2 with Iris, where it turns out Joe from Earth 2 does not like Barry at all. He's like, Barry calls him Joe, and he says, "It's Joseph Bartholomew." I'm like, dang. And, like, again, that's also kind of sad too, to the point where also Barry's dad is also alive too. But it's kind of sad where it's kind of sad seeing, like, you kind, like, this is, like, of course, alternate timelines and stuff like that, but, like, Barry keeps his mom, but because of that, he doesn't get the bond with Joe that they had before and stuff like that. And also, apparently, Iris paid for the Earth 2 Barry's bills for he could be a CSI and stuff like that. So that would and apparently the other Barry doesn't like this Joe either. They don't like each other. Of course, Barry kind of feels heartbroken, I guess, because that's, like, his father, that's his family, that's his second father, and so there's that. But then Killer Frost and Firestorm appear, which his name's something else, but Firestorm is here, and also Killer Frost, which a lot of people theorize or saw in when Barry, I think, either went through it was during the end of season 1, I believe. I think it was after they opened the breach or something. I forgot what it was, but you saw visions of the future and stuff like that would happen, and you saw Killer Frost, which is Caitlyn's Killer Frost, and Firestorm is still Ronnie, but he has the professor still in his head. They're so fused, but he keeps him locked away, and he says that he hasn't said anything for the longest time. So I'm like, that's kind of effed up and dark and sad that now that guy's trapped basically in Ronnie, which first I thought that might be their Ronnie, that he might still be alive, because I think he might still be alive. He might reappear at some point. But they attack, and they're trying to find breachers, because apparently they know that someone came from another Earth, which also they say, I love killing people from other Earths. So that means that there are probably more than one breach, or more than one Earth that Earth 2 is connected to, unlike Earth 1, how it's only connected to Earth 2. So Earth 2 we might actually see a little bit more, and possibly like a hub to other worlds, which would be awesome. So let me think. Not to mention Earth 1, quote unquote Earth 1, is kind of in its infancy kind of superheroes, to where, you know, we haven't really seen any metahumans other than maybe the earliest one would be in Legends of Tomorrow. there's been magic mentioned with like Hawk Girl and Hawkeye, Hawkman, but other than that, we really don't got much else. Oh, we had Damien Dark and okay, metahuman stuff like that. We have not gotten that much on that about in the past, but we do know that there's magic, and that magic's been through this entire series, and also. What was the other one? And also we can kind of assume there's going to be aliens, stuff like that. Because one, I think they talk about, they said there's going to be aliens in this season or maybe next season. I don't know. But also we saw Hal Jordan's jacket in a flashback in the Arrow season. So we kind of know. So there's most likely that the Lantern Corps is out there, therefore aliens. But so Killer Frost and Firestorm basically try to find the breacher because they found out it was Barry. I guess they tracked him there, and they find Barry. Barry protects Iris by using a table to block the ice particles, these ice shards. Which, mind you, also he said Caitlin, I know this isn't you. This isn't who you are. And Caitlin says, if you knew me, you know that I hate that name. And she shoots the ice, blocks it for Iris, and then Firestorm shoots fire and then hits Joe, and then Joe gets badly hurt. Iris runs to Joe, and then Barry takes the two metahumans outside as he runs and fights them, knocks Killer Frost, Caitlin down, and then Firestorm and Caitlin fly away. Then after that episode, what happened? After that bit, what happened? After that bit, cannot honestly remember. Fudge me. No, I can't remember. After that bit, Barry meets back up with Cisco and Harry. But also, I forgot to mention, Cisco can't use his vibe abilities right now because apparently, or at least the glasses, because the glasses are vibrating only on Earth 1 standards, not Earth 2. So that way, his ability using the glasses, the vibe is not working. And also, Cisco's been trying to find his own doppelganger, and he hasn't found them. And Harrison Wells, of course, is angry because Barry's getting too involved. But Barry then tells them we have to stop Killer Frost and them. And Cisco's like, okay, sure. But Harrison's like, no. For all you know, all these guys are nothing to you right now. They're just mere reflections. That's it. You don't need to worry about them. We need to find Jesse. And Barry says, no, we have to save them, stuff like that. So he takes Cisco, and they go. And Harrison goes, fine, whatever. Just be sure to get back. And I believe that's what he said. And so Barry takes Cisco, and Cisco has something that's gonna help fight Caitlin Frost and Firestorm. They go there. Iris and Deadshot are gearing up because they know they've tracked down where Killer Frost would be, and Barry says to take Cisco because he knows how to fight them with the technology. And Iris first says that he can't take a civilian, but Barry then says he's the only one that can work this, and so they're like, okay, fine, whatever. So actually, I think I'm messing with stuff with my hands. That way, I'm not just messing with my face. Now that I think about it, because I haven't been touching my face as long as I had something in my hands. So Cisco, Iris, and Deadshot go to this warehouse where they find Frost and Firestorm, where they say, put down, Ross and Firestorm tell them to put down their weapons or they're going to get killed. The three do so, except for Cisco. Cisco actually puts the special gun that he made in his pocket, and then they go saying, what, you guys, you lackeys for Zoom, do you really think you're going to win? And then you hear a voice come up from the side, and I'm looking like, they cut the camera, it says a dude in the shadows, and I'm like, who the fudge is that? And then I see the glasses are glowing, and I'm like, oh, fudge. And it turns out, well, Firestorm and Killer Frost aren't, well, they also said, I forgot to mention that they said that they're working for Zoom, but it turns out they're not. They're working for the guy who works for Zoom, who is Cisco. And Cisco walks in, and he has surprisingly hair how I'm having, kind of how I have it now with the whole samurai do thing, where long hair, but then this is all up in like kind of a bunish kind of thing. Not really a bun, ponytail, but so he said, and this Cisco says, or Earth 2 Cisco says, I've been watching you, Francisco, Francisco, and he goes, Vi, and Cisco goes, it's Vive. And then the Earth 2 Cisco goes, Reverb. And I'm like, that is freaking awesome. And I love Cisco's, and he's like, not a bad name, but not your best. Not the best you could have come up with. And then evil Cisco, Reverb, goes on trying to make Vibe. He tells him, oh, Vibe, you don't even know the bit of the powers that you have. But if you join me, we could be gods. And Cisco goes, are you Cloud City Vadering me right now? Which also I kind of want to see. I kind of think Earth 2 may either have a similar Star Wars, or it might be Steam Wars. I would not put it against Earth 2 having Steam Wars as their Star Wars. I think that would be awesome. But make that happen. But that's actually a comic book if anyone hasn't seen it yet. Read it. But read it, not the thing, read it. Okay, whatever. Let me think, what was else? And Cisco and Reverb tells him, will you join me? And like, what do you think? And Vibe says, I think, Flash, help! Barry runs in, and there's fire and ice getting shot everywhere. Barry takes Iris, puts her behind some wood planks, tells, stay here! Runs out. Dead Vibe. Reverbs looks like he's gonna I think he shoots out like a sonic wave or a mind wave out of his hand at not Barry yet. I think he shoots at Cisco, and then Deadshot runs. He's like, ah! And hold on, wait, I need my gun for this. He goes out, holds his gun like this, and goes, ah! And starts just shooting like crazy, and does not hit Reverb at all. Which, mind you, this is a stupid way to hold your gun, because there's a reason why there's that little thing at the end of it. It's to freaking aim. It's just so dang stupid. And also, like this. Oh, I am gangster, but I'm totally not aiming where my eyes are supposed to be. But anyways, or really, hip shooters are actually better shots, probably, than this. You are going to miss so many times with this. I don't know why I'm giving tips about that. Don't use guns on people. Or animals. Don't use guns. Mind you, I'm not saying don't have guns, because when zombies attack, we're gonna need guns. Though, mind you, people with guns are probably gonna get killed first, because they're gonna make a lot of noise, and the zombies are gonna come take them. Therefore, the people with swords are gonna be the ones who rule the world. Until the guys with guns come, unless the guys with guns have a tank, or, you know, tell the guys with the sword, hey, put down the sword, you idiot, give me your stuff. Whatever. That's a different thing. That's for Walking Dead. So Barry runs in, and Cisco shoots Killer Frost with his gun thing, his special gun. It hurts Killer Frost. Firestorm goes a little bit ballistic, and then starts shooting fire at Barry. I think he shoots one at Cisco, but I think it misses. Firestorms are shooting fire blasts at Barry. Evil Cisco Reverb starts shooting like sonic waves, and Evil Cisco said that he wants to take over from Zoom. He wants to become the new king. But while they're shooting the blast, Caitlin's going, "Stop it! Zoom said he wanted all speedsters alive, unhurt." These two don't listen, and then Zoom runs in, kills Ronnie by doing the sonic vibration hands through his back and coming out. Then he goes up to Reverb, Evil Cisco, and he goes, "What did I say? That you don't want them hurt?" And he's like, "Does that look unhurt to you?" And then he does the super vibration hand and puts it through Reverb's stomach, how Harrison Wells killed Cisco in the other alternate timeline. Which, mind you, also Evil Cisco said that he can destroy a nervous system with only a thought. So he's pretty dang powerful. So Zoom does that. I know there's 2 more episodes, and maybe Zoom's who's underneath the mask is talked about. But I am either saying it is a corrupted version of Harrison Wells from, well, not really Harrison Wells, but, you know, Theobald Thawne as Harrison Wells from Earth 1. It's a corrupted version of him because of, you know, being destroyed by time. And also being that that was how they first started opening the vortexes, or the breaches. Or it's going to be, what's his face? Fudge me. Okay, I already answered you.
No more suicide.
Okay, sorry. Someone sent a video. Someone sent a comment on my one of my videos. What was I thinking about? Right. Sorry. And basically, what happens? Sorry, just make sure I sync everything up. What happens after that is Zoom then grabs the unconscious Barry. Well, first he kills the other. He kills Reverb, and then he grabs unconscious Barry and then zooms away. And Cisco's like, "Zoom, Barry!" And that's the end of that episode. But also, I also cut out all the parts where on Earth 1, how a new metahuman appears, and he's like an earthquake guy creating earthquakes, and the Flash from Earth 2, I forgot his name. The Flash from Earth 2 is being told by Joe, you have to use Velocity 6 to become the Flash to stop this guy. And the Earth 2 Flash is like, "No, I can't do that. You don't ask me to do that. I can't do that." And then Caitlin asks him, why can't you do this, like, or whatnot? And he says, "When I was a speedster on my Earth, being fast was enough. I tried to be faster." And so Caitlin's guessed, "So you created Velocity 6 on your Earth?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he said, and she said that that's what's killing him, and apparently using Velocity 6 eventually over time will kill you, and that Zoom didn't take his speed. So Caitlin says, "Okay, I understand, but now on this Earth you have me to help you." So then cut to where this metahuman's bashing around causing earthquakes. Apparently he's been doing this for the past few days. Well, yeah, they say that this metahuman just appeared, but he says that he's been doing this for the past few days. That's actually kind of a mess up, I think. Or at least maybe a day, maybe. I don't know. But this guy's been wanting to fight the Flash, and so he says, and he tells Joe when he's there with other cops, the Earthquake Man tells him, "No worries with you, Men in Blue. I'm waiting for the Man in Red." And then Earth 2 Flash runs in and he goes, "Well, I'm here." He says, "You're not the Flash." "I am now." And then he takes off his helmet and then punches it and sends sonic vibrations at the guy. I'm like, that's cool. And then he runs at the guy, real fast, but then his speed ends and he apparently falls and hits himself, getting road burn. And then he gets grabbed by the earthquake guy's head. And also Caitlin's listening in on all this, and she called what he had in him Velocity 7, so they created a new serum, hopefully better, that's less toxic, I guess. And the earthquake guy's about to shake the dude's head off with using vibrations, but Joe shoots the earthquake guy a few times, and the earthquake guy runs away. And Joe says, "Well, that was good." "Well, that was good." And he said, "Are you hurt?" And the Flash said, and the Earth 2 Flash says, "Well, except for my pride and my body and my pride." But it was the episode was pretty fun. The episode was pretty funny. I liked the whole I like Earth 2 and stuff like that, and now I got 2 more episodes I gotta watch. I'm gonna watch. I actually might save that for tomorrow because it's already 2:13 a.m. Either way, thank you everyone so much for watching. If you want to check out more videos that I've done, please click the link in the description below. Please check out all my other videos, and we will. Well, one is an awesome episode. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I don't want to see what the next episode is. The next episode is Escape from Earth 2. So I want to see what the heck's going to happen then. I wonder if we're going to see any of the other superheroes, like at least Green Arrow, which I doubt we will. Also, there was a guy in there. Also, Barry woke up in Zoom's lair, and he heard a dude knocking on glass, and inside another cage was a guy with a metal mask, which I'm going to say probably is a character that I just don't know from the DC universe, because I would say I know a little bit more than the basics, if only because who was in the other cage in Zoom's lair. I know maybe a little bit more. I know a little bit more than the Flash, Zoom's true identity finally revealed. I don't know, but don't tell me. Who may be behind the mask? Okay. I don't know. I know a little bit more, if only because I watch again Atop the Fourth Wall. Not really advertisement, but I do promote the show. Definitely go see it. But I know a little bit more, if only because I've seen that bit. But I don't know all about comics, sadly. So it is somewhat lost on me if I don't know who the fudge is the guy with the iron mask on. But Flash sees Jesse and says, "Don't worry, Jesse, we're gonna get you out of here." And then Zoom runs up and says, "Look around. This is the last place you'll ever see." And I like that's where the episode ends. But fun episode, definitely love it. Check it out for yourselves. I'm gonna be watching the other 2 Flashes probably tomorrow, and I am extremely tired right now. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Please check out all my videos, and we will see you later.